We were required to lay some ambushes. We had been briefed that the insurgents are sneaking in using the folds of the land.
Okay.
And there was a mine lying right under it. I put my left foot on it, the mine exploded. My body automatically turned to the right side. Whatever was inside the shoe, ankle down, had been blown away. The head of tibia bone was blown away, the head of fibula was open, the heel was hanging. So one knew you have joined a profession where anything can happen.
जो अंदर से कभी कभी अकेलेपन में वो आवाज़ आती है कि यार क्या हो गया यार मेरे साथ.
ये आवाज़ तो नहीं आई कि क्या हो गया, क्यों हो गया, पर ये ज़रूर थॉट्स दिमाग में आते रहे कि अब करना क्या है. एंड एज विक्रम हैड सेड, रोना है या जिंदगी जीनी है. Parasport in India, it's a very fast growing field.
Okay.
Rio, I think we had 2 or 3 medals. In Paris, we had 29. What I require right now is pure philanthropy from large-hearted people.
So good morning to you, sir. So tell me what happened on 8th of July 2001 and it completely changed your life. Give us an insight on that, what happened on that day.
Good morning, Wing Commander Rosie. Thank you so much for having me on your podcast.
Pleasure is mine, sir, completely.
8th July 2001 was a kind of a watershed moment in my life. I was serving with my battalion, 7th Battalion Brigade of the Guards, on the line of control at that. And we were required to lay some ambushes. We had been briefed that the insurgents are sneaking in using the folds of the land. So I went to recce. And the idea was that we realign our posture to ensure that militants don't get in. So while I was observing a particular area, I realized that between the grass, which is actually a no man's land, there is a small beaten path. Obviously, that meant somebody has been using that area, otherwise the grass would be continuous. Now to reach that place, there were minefields on both sides. So we got down into the rivulet which was flowing and went towards the enemy side and then came on to the land. Now knowing fully well that during monsoon and snow, the mines get dislodged from their area places where they are anchored.
Okay.
So I had told the troops, look, we should stay on top of stones and be careful where you step. I was leading with my radio operator behind me and third guy. The rest were about 10 feet behind. Stone to stone. I stepped on a stone, but then that happened to be a thin slate of rock.
Okay.
And there was a mine lying right under it. I put my left foot on it, the mine exploded. My body automatically turned to the right side and I sat down on the stone, larger stone from which I was stepping down, almost into the river. With my rifle, I moved the grass a little and realized that had I pivoted to the other side, there were more mines lying there. So that would have been the end of it all. But then that began a journey which brings me here today. So realizing that whatever was inside the shoe, ankle down, had been blown away. The head of tibia bone was blown away, the head of fibula was open, the heel was hanging. So I told the patrol to stop.
You were still conscious?
Yeah, of course. You see, NMM 14, non-metallic mine 14, is something like a small soap dish.
Okay.
You know, those shaving soaps which used to come, and it has only 100 gram of explosive in it.
Okay.
The whole idea is to cause just enough damage to cause
Impair you.
which will cause delay and caution.
Okay.
You see, one person has been blown, so everybody will stop, they will probe, look. The entire momentum will be lost. That's the whole idea behind it.
Okay. So may I just know, is this called anti-personal mine?
Yeah,
It is called.
yeah.
Okay.
So anti-personal mines are of two types. One is the non-metallic mine, NMM 14 we call it. And then is the M16 mine, which is a very potent, dangerous mine. If you step on the prong, then the mine jumps out of the earth to about 3-4 feet and then explodes.
Okay. The
And impact is much more, the kill area becomes much larger. That's the thing. So after the mine exploded, I halted the patrol. With the help of the boy who was with me, the radio operator and all, and my rifle on one side, we got back into the river and went back to our own area onto the bridge. There, the nearest post commander, seasoned veteran, but maybe because of his affinity with me or whatever, when he saw the blood gushing, he couldn't control himself and he just sat down, he blanked out. So at that moment, I realized that if I want to live, it's in my hands. So I conducted my own evacuation as if I'm doing it for a third person. Get the stretcher, get the field telephone. I rang up the battalion headquarters, told them this has happened, and as luck would have it, that day the commanding officer and the senior officers had gone for a recce of establishing a new post in another area. And a young officer was sitting there and he just didn't know what to do. So I got the Subedar adjutant online, the JCO, and I told him, look, we are going to be climbing from here. So a dead weight of 70 kg is quite heavy in mountains. So send a relay party from the top, get the nursing assistant moving, tell him he should carry this, and this. Inform the ADS, the advanced dressing station, which was other side of the ridge, that this kind of casualty is coming. To
While
prepare.
you are bleeding, you are giving all these instructions.
Yeah.
That's off, sir.
So, yeah, and the men, they love you.
Yeah.
So 6 of them put me, and comedy, the humor in uniform. It happens anywhere and everywhere, even in such situations. They put the stretcher down, I sat down on it, and they lifted the handle, all the handles folded. This is broken. So how is it broken? Just last week we did an audit of all equipment. They had put it upside down. So I got off, they put it straight again, and then I got back onto it. And I had my own General Cardozo moment, because I used his kukri to remove the residual limb which was hanging. But in my case, the entire limb was not there. You see, part of the heel was hanging. And it was dangling in the air with the breeze. It was very painful, causing a lot of pain. So I asked the boys to get a fresh packet of blade which had not been opened, those standard topaz blades, and took out a fresh blade, removed that part of the heel, couple of laces, tied a few tourniquets, because sisters are doctors, so I have got discussions at home, and one has been a sportsman, so I knew the basic requirements of first aid. I knew that I have to stop the blood flow, because once the bone is shattered, the marrow is bleeding, just letting it happen, too much of blood going. We reached the top, the nursing assistant came in between. Kudos to his professional ability. While the men were trotting, they were not walking. We have to get you down to the ADS fastest. And in that trotting moment only, the nursing assistant, we've been to, places where they draw blood and they're not able to find the vein. But this guy, on the trot, men are running, and one in the left arm, the other in the right arm. Just like that, he did it. And I think that is one of the reasons I am still alive, because the body fluids were going with the blood. And we reached the ADS in about hour and a half. In the ADS, as luck would have it again, the doctor was not available. He had gone somewhere and had not been able to return. The operation room assistant JCO who was there, he took care of the immediate thing. So he told me, Saab, when the mine explodes, a kind of a vacuum is created and debris gets sucked inside, so I have to clean the wound. I said, okay, do what you have to do. One chap comes behind me, puts his hands on my shoulder. Another guy comes to my right side, puts his hands on my hip and my right leg. The third guy holds my left leg in a vice like. I say, what are you guys doing? ये पहलवानी क्या है? बोला सब कोई बात नहीं, हो जाएगा. And then he opened a hydrogen peroxide bottle and sprayed it on the wound. Now you know what hydrogen peroxide can
burns.
do.
It burns.
So my repertoire being a Fauji, English, Hindi, Punjabi, it all came out in one go. Oh yeah. And then he said, sorry sir, we've got to do this, otherwise,
You might be howling in pain then.
I was abusing in pain.
गुस्सा निकालना है ना किस तरह.
वो ठीक है, ABCD everything was
सब कुछ निकला है full flow में. And
but then he said कि if you don't do this, by the time you reach the 92 base hospital, gangrene would have already set in. That will be dangerous.
Sir, एक बात पूछूं, at this time all this was happening, did you know that you lost one leg? So I just want to know, did it sink in that, I mean, you knew, but you were busy trying to get help and all. Did that moment come in you that I have lost one leg?
Yes. When I looked down, when the mine blew, and Mahatma Gandhi ji had "Hey Ram" going. I cannot say on the podcast what I said at that time. But yeah, I knew you no longer have one leg. So let's see how it goes. And at that point in time, though, the only thing was self-preservation. You've got to get through this. That was the only thought in the mind.
So फिर बता रहे थे आप stage में when they put hydrogen peroxide.
So he cleaned it up, and the arteries and veins which were exposed, he tied them, literally making knots so that they don't bleed, and made a huge bunch of cotton and pads to stem the flow. Not much can be done in that kind of a situation though. So after that we got into the ambulance. It was that Jonga ambulance, which is a smaller one. Me being tall, difficult to lie down in it. Then very quickly they removed the front seat and put blankets there to make space for me. By this time my SEO, who had been informed, had come down. He had reached back, and I meet him often now, and he always feels, I had never thought that this is how you would turn out to be after that. And it's nice of him. And so we reached the brigade headquarters, which was the rear, switched on to the larger ambulance. And in between, my unit RMO, who had gone on leave, as was in the rear, CO had told him to travel down and meet my ambulance halfway. So we met halfway and reached the brigade rear. We went into the larger ambulance. Those days I was a prolific smoker.
Okay.
And my only demand at that time was Gold Flake Kings.
एक चाहिए.
But yeah, the RMO had told in advance, keep one ready. So it was there. Okay. And 2-3 puffs later, he took it from my hand. He said, sir, enough, because nicotine will cause more bleeding. So this is it. And then we started for Srinagar. In between is Baramulla, and we had to stop in Baramulla to replenish the ringer lactate and the saline and all the fluids, because we had drips going on both sides, and it was in full flow. He had to keep replenishing because one was losing it fast. Now, I can tell you something, Wing Commander Rosie, when it comes to pain. And people say,
Sir, please मुझे जूली बुलाइए sir.
Okay, as you wish. So, when people say ना कि डिलीवरी में, एक नॉर्मल डिलीवरी में कितना दर्द होता है, वो मुझे अब पता है.
पता चल गया सर. अप्रिसिएशन बढ़ गई सर.
वो बहुत बड़ा. You know, a fully distended bladder, there cannot be anything more painful. My wound was not paining as much as the bladder was paining.
Yes.
And because of the trauma to the nerves and muscles, the urine won't flow.
Oh.
And if you recollect, whenever there is an accident, doctors generally ask for 2-3 questions. One, they ask if there was a head injury, was the person unconscious. Second thing they want to check is the urine free flowing.
Okay.
The basic reason is because if the urine starts backing up, it can cause kidney infection very quickly.
Okay.
Now there was a situation when one wanted to go, and it won't happen. Believe you me, I have not known more pain than that ever in my life, including my injury.
Injury was nothing.
Nothing. As it is, with that much of damage, the nerves and everything was in turmoil. They were still trying to come to terms with what happened. The brain was still registering the fact. So we reached 92 Base Hospital early in the morning at 6:30, traveling through the night, and as luck would have it, the doctor said, he told my wife when she came, ma'am, 2 things. One, no militant activity. There was no road opening convoy, nothing, 2 vehicles moving in the dead of the night. Maybe the surprise worked. And second thing is, ye one-ton ambulance, they didn't stop anywhere.
which is a big thing, sir.
Which can happen.
Yeah.
So I was taken into the emergency reception area, and they got busy with removing the uniform and doing all those things.
How many hours did this all take, sir, from the accident to final?
11 hours. The mine blew at 6:37 in the evening, and 6:30 we are in Srinagar.
Oh God.
The RMO kept on asking me, sir, I said nothing doing, because the thought was in the mind, you so gaya to jagega nahi. So I was awake throughout the journey, chatting with the RMO. Captain Major Akash Sekhon was also there with us in the ambulance to cater for anything which went. So we reached 92 Base Hospital. Major Nambiar was the anesthesiologist. He came, looked at me, he said, sir, okay, kya hai, kya nahi hai, this we have to do this, we have to do that. Then came a nursing assistant with a pad and paper, because the documentation has to be done, the families have to be informed. So the standard questions, address, telephone numbers, this, that.
So I just want to know, your bladder is still not relieved while all this is happening?
Once in between we did a lot of calisthenics to get it done.
Okay. So
but now we are again in a similar situation, because I was telling the anesthesiologist, do whatever you have to do, pee first. So he said, don't worry, we'll do that, sir, once we will catheterize you, once we get into the OT. So again, humor in uniform. The nursing assistant asked me 10 questions, and the last question he says, Saab, veg, non-veg. Oh, the patient kitchen has to make food. The quartermaster has to demand ration. क्या करें? करना पड़ेगा.
Sir, उसके लिए वो बहुत बड़ा काम है.
Very sheepish look on his face. Anyway, so Akash was there with me. So I told Akash, look, whatever goes through, to do a few things. My wife was in Mumbai at that time with her parents. So my brother was posted in Navy Nagar at that time. So I told him, give a call to my brother. tell him to reach my in-laws' place. Tell him what has happened, but he is not to tell them. And ring up my sister in Nagpur. My parents were in a place, Kamti, about 20 kilometers from Nagpur, so to reach them, stick around with them. As and when I come out of anesthesia, if I do come out of anesthesia, I'll talk to them. I'll tell them what has happened. I don't want, my CO informing and all that. I had requested my CO, sir. My father commanded the same battalion.
Okay, sir.
So the CO had the apprehension, how do I tell him? So I told him, don't worry, I will tell him, you don't.
Okay.
If I don't live through this, you have to do what you have to do. So Akash rang up my sister, he rang up my brother, and he told everything, then this. So my brother says, all these instructions he has given you? Say, yes sir, he has given me these instructions. कहता मुझे पता है उसको कुछ नहीं होने वाला है. Nothing is going to happen to this guy.
So sweet.
So yeah, they landed both. Then after the surgery, I came to inside the operation theatre, in the ICU. Now when I came to, I had the nursing officers standing there at the foot of my bed and very apprehensively looking at me, all three of them. Because they had seen enough. They see it every day and they see various kinds of reactions from patients. So they were quite apprehensive. How is he going to react? Because losing your foot just this much and then looking at your leg halfway through, it's a thing you need to process. So I looked at them, lifted the bed sheet, looked at that, replaced the bed sheet, and now three very tense faces looking at me. And there is a film in which Rajesh Khanna or Vinod Mehra, one of these guys is a football player and has an accident and loses a limb, and he removes it and screams Meri Tang and all that. So I told them, look, I'm not going to do any of that. I know what it is. So the surgeon was Group Captain Mahapatra. He later on retired as a Commodore Mahapatra. So before the surgery, he had come in and explained the things to me, what of it and how. So I told him, he said, look, I will have to do this. I said, yeah, I am aware, sir, you will need to ampute further. Please go ahead with it. So
you were kind of prepared.
He said, are you giving consent for me to go ahead? He says, in this situation, you are asking consent. So, okay. They gave me a pen to sign the consent certificate. And I could barely hold that pen because of the loss of blood. The extremities were all going numb. That is when literally all hell broke loose. There was Hato and zoom inside the OT and his thighs and go further. So anyway, after that, they were quite relaxed. They went back, picked up the phone, informed the groupie, okay sir, patient has come to, he's fine. It's okay. So somewhere, then groupie came down. He had this habit that my patients, only me.
Okay.
मैं ही dressing करूँगा, मैं ही जो करना है करूँगा. Nobody touches my patients. He came, saw, spoke. Half an hour later, sometime in the evening, in between, yes. Then they said, I asked the question, is there a facility for telephone? They said, yes. So, Fauj is prepared for everything, right?
Yes, sir.
So, they had a phone cordless inside the ICU that was brought to me. I gave them the numbers, and then first I spoke with my wife. I told her what had happened. Now, when I was on the post, the conversations used to be, hello, barely strength one, speaking, listening.
Yeah.
Half the time, the operator in between would ruin the romance, मेम साहब को आपकी बात समझ नहीं आ रही है. मेम साहब को नहीं पता लग रहा है, तो we had to convey through him. So there was... So now my wife asked, you are crystal clear, where are you? So I came down to Srinagar. So what are you doing in Srinagar? You didn't tell me day before yesterday. So then I told her, look, ऐसे ज़्यादा नहीं. I stepped on a mine and she said, what do you mean by ज़्यादा नहीं हुआ?
इससे ज़्यादा क्या?
I said, I'm alive, that's it. What more do we need? What more do we need? She is quite a strong person, I must. And she has been the strength for me throughout. Whatever one had achieved is because you had a bulwark right next to you.
Yeah.
So then I rang up my parents. As a child, I was a sportsman getting injured way too often and all the time had something or the other on my shin. Football, hockey, this, that. So I told my dad, you remember that rash I had on my left shin? Because I had undergone a lot of medication for it.
Okay.
He said, yeah. आधा हो गया. What do you mean आधा हो गया? I said, yeah, this happened. Stepped on a mine and he's an old fogey.
He
knows
could
exactly
fathom
what has
the
happened.
gravity. Yeah.
He's been through 65, 71 and whatever
Sab
and all.
kuch, हाँ.
Actually, he was the worst affected. He was the worst affected. It took him a lot of time to reconcile with the fact. Because I was a sportsman, out and out sportsman. Academic side didn't have much to do with me.
Okay.
It was just कि ठीक है पास तो होना ही है तो पढ़ाई करो पास हो जाओ 60% आ गया ठीक है. And his when I went on sick leave, his was कि यार how will you manage now? You can't play. Your life is sports. But okay, that is another story. But that is how it went. And 20 days in 92 base hospital, then transferred to the Artificial Limb Center, Pune.
Okay, sir.
And I landed in Pune to a very different life.
वहाँ पे सर you got an artificial limb in Pune. How much time does it take for all this thing to happen and finally give you the limb?
See, two things happened in Pune. One was me getting my artificial limb, the prosthetic limb. And second was me getting my attitude.
Very important.
92 base hospital had ward 22, where they used to keep long-term patients. It was right next to the commandant's office. All naughty guys were there. So when I landed there, it was a room with 10 beds. 9 were already occupied. And all 9 of them with officers with injuries and amputations, ranging from 3 months to 3 years.
Oh God.
And I landed there with 9-11 years of service. So they used to call me, Sir, aap hamare Colonel Commandant ho. So there was Captain Bikramjit Singh Bajwa there. Tall, burly Khalsa. Hefty fellow. So the moment I landed and came out of the ambulance and all, these guys were there to receive me, VIP. So Bikram said, sir, we have kept a bed ready for you right next to the cupboard so that you are comfortable, since you are senior and all that. Thank you, Bikram. Fine. Sir, शाम को मैं आपके पास आता हूँ. शाम को Bikram comes. सर एक बात बताओ, जिंदगी जीनी है या रोना है? Now, Bikram was also a below knee amputee. He had lost it in an ambush when the former chief, General Bikram Singh, had got ambushed as a brigade commander. Okay. This boy was there with him as the signal officer.
Okay, sir.
So he said, no, I have asked you just one question. Zindagi jeeni hai ya rona hai? No, yaar, obviously zindagi jeeni hai. ठीक है sir. Done. Next morning he says, after lunch, sir तैयार हो जाना. का किस लिए? जिंदगी जिएंगे? विक्रम कहता था आप तैयार हो जाओ, बाकी मेरी जिम्मेवारी है. तैयार क्या होना था? टी शर्ट, ट्रैक सूट, एक पैर में जूता, क्रचेस, and a huge sword of bandage on the other side. This is just the 25th day.
Yeah.
And 5:30 in the evening, चलो सर. कहाँ? अरे चलो ना. So we walk out. There is a car standing there. Big long car, OG color. A door opens, sir, please sit. I sit down and there is Captain Saurabh. And I see the car, there's a modification in the car, the clutches in the hand and all that. So I am introduced, sir, this is Saurabh from artillery. He is paraplegic. He had a spinal cord injury. He is going to drive us. What?
My God.
Yes, sir. Julie, that day, 10 months I stayed in that hospital, including sick leave, going, coming. I think there is not a single pub, discotheque, restaurant in Pune city which we didn't go to.
Okay.
We didn't have to pay cover charge anywhere because every bouncer knew.
जानते हैं
No problem.
Okay.
चलो.
वाओ सर, क्या एटीट्यूड है.
हम जोमेटो थे उस टाइम पे पूरे यार. सब पता था किधर जाना है.
But sir, attitude, hats off.
Exactly. Now, this, what you see today and what has stood with me and helped me in the past 25 years after my injury is this attitude which I gained because of Bikram.
सर एक चीज़ पूछना चाहती हूँ. ये तो 25th डे में आप विक्रम से मिले, कैप्टन विक्रम से. उससे पहले 25 days. If you can tell us, did you cry?
No. I did not really cry. And one was still getting adjusted to what is happening. It was all in the mind, okay, this has happened, surgery. Oh, pehle to adrenaline was pumping, you knew you want to live and you were doing all your planning and everything was happening. Then you were anesthetized, sleeping. You were kept anesthetized for another 3 days, local anesthesia and all that, injections so that the pain reduces. After that, one had so much time to think. And you were not alone.
Yeah, of course.
The next bed and the next bed and the bed in front and the bed in front. There were people, officers with similar injuries.
Very true.
So
there is no question of why me. वो आज आता है ना सर, वो question आता है.
वो सवाल ही नहीं आया दिमाग में, why me? And I grew up in the army, watching the training areas, watching the men go through their various drills and ghop nikal, bayonet fighting, climbing ropes, jumping. And I knew, and when we were growing up, वो हमारे ज़माने में एक वो कॉमिक बुक्स होती थी, कमांडोज. वो बड़ी फेमस होती थी. To keep exchanging with friends and all that. So one had read a lot about it. I was very fond of military history because of that, read about Second World War and all those. So one knew, okay, you have joined a profession where anything can happen. So what happened to me was actually merely a professional hazard.
Yes. But sir, it requires a particular attitude to think the way you're thinking, It is, I don't think... just because you have a background, you have joined the services, that it comes naturally. I don't know. It probably, it's something, it's innate also, sir. Probably, the...
Yes.
Or,
obviously.
We are constructor or something. Yes, the external environment does influence, I agree. But एक जो होता है ना, जो अंदर से कभी कभी अकेलेपन में वो आवाज़ आती है कि यार क्या हो गया यार मेरे साथ, क्यों हो गया. कभी ऐसा नहीं हुआ सर?
ये आवाज़ तो नहीं आई कि क्या हो गया, क्यों हो गया, पर ये ज़रूर थॉट्स दिमाग में आते रहे कि अब करना क्या है.
वाह सर,
ये तो हो गया,
मानना पड़ेगा सर.
अब क्या करोगे ये डिसाइड करो. एंड एज बिक्रम हैड सेड, रोना है या ज़िंदगी जीनी है. एंड डिसीजन लिया था कि ज़िंदगी जीनी है.
लेकिन सर ऐसे सिचुएशन में मैं आपसे ये जानना चाहती हूँ, कोई रोता है तो क्या वीक है क्या सर?
बिल्कुल नहीं. पहली बात, आंखों से आंसू आना इज नॉट अ साइन ऑफ वीकनेस. इट इज एक्चुअली that individual's strength, that the person can exhibit their emotions in public.
Correct, sir.
Or even in alone. Now when I speak about my injury, sometimes I do get emotional about it. गला भर आता है अब.
नहीं, मैं इमोशनल
Maybe age, because age के साथ vulnerability भी आने
लग जाती है.
तो होता है. पहले नहीं होता था. You were a brash youngster at that time and you wanted to do so much in the world. प्रोफेशनली लग गई, ठीक है, कोई बात नहीं, अभी भी ये करना है, अपनी यूनिट कमांड करनी है एंड ऑल दोज थिंग्स. यू स्टिल हैव दैट इन योर माइंड.
आपने फिर जैसे आपने कहा दैट यू डिसाइडेड दैट ज़िंदगी जीनी है. आपने ये भी कहा कि आप स्मोक करते थे, तो आपने स्मोकिंग छोड़ दी इज व्हाट आई हैव कम टू नो, सही है कि नहीं पहले तो सर?
तब नहीं छोड़ी. 14th March 2014.
Oh, you remember the date?
Exactly. Oh, that's a big occasion.
नहीं, obviously it was a day of celebration, but
Yeah.
क्या हुआ उस दिन सर?
I got posted to Secunderabad in the NCC, and NCC के बच्चे हैं आपके चारों तरफ. For them, you are the role model. Guards officers standing in a uniform, red and old scarlet and old gold, this, that, lots of ribbons. You have to maintain a persona in front of them. Now, if you want to have that cigarette, you have to find a place where you are not seen by them. How many times will you go and find that place and not, neglect your work? Second thing, I had decided कि चलो अब ठीक है, खेलना है. So I had started playing golf.
Okay, sir.
And to keep fit, to keep my weight down, I used to swim, cycle. So one
This
day
is soon 1 year after you got your after that all this started, sir?
Yes, 1 year after I got discharged. See, in between, I lost track of your question. How much time it takes to get
Yes,
a prosthetic limb?
Yes, sir.
A prosthetic limb in today's date can be made in 6 hours.
अच्छा, customized for
Customized
you.
for you. 6 hours. The technology has advanced that much. Back then, it was a slower process, and it took at least 15 to 20 days for the limb to be made. For the simple reason, you are not the only patient, there were so many others, and so the workflow would continue. Then you tried the limb, something was wrong. If you were lucky, the socket where the limb went into was perfect fit, it didn't require a change. If you were unlucky, it needed to be changed another 10 days.
Okay.
So by and large, 30 days is what the artificial limb center takes.
अच्छा, sir.
They are very professional in their job. They do not hurry things. In emergencies, they can still do it in
6 hours.
6 hours.
अच्छा.
With the technology. Without the technology, 48 hours, they'll make it for you.
Okay.
So that is what it is. But you stay in the hospital. There's a rehabilitation is a process.
Understood.
Yeah. And unfortunately, in our country, what I have seen is people get injured in a road accident, non-military people. They are just taken to a hospital, surgery is done, a limb is provided, 15 days later they are on their own. Nobody tells them what's
Correct.
coming. Nobody tells them what precautions to take. Nobody actually tells them what is rehab in its true sense.
बिल्कुल. Absolutely correct.
Same issue has been there earlier in the army. You have been provided with a limb. Now you are fit for duty, discharged. Go do your duty. Or if your condition was the kind when you could not be retained in the army, you have been discharged from the army, live your life in civil.
तो सर ये जब आप कह रहे थे वो द डे व्हेन यू डिसाइडेड टू क्विट स्मोकिंग, मैंने आपको तब इंटरप्ट किया था कि ये स्विमिंग एंड रनिंग, व्हेन डिड यू स्टार्ट?
वो एक आइडिया आया यार.
आपने शुरू मतलब ये वंस यू गॉट योर आर्टिफिशियल लिम्ब, उसके कितने दिनों बाद यू स्टार्टेड यू रिज्यूम्ड योर एक्सरसाइज रिजीम?
I got discharged from hospital on 28th February 2002.
Okay.
The unit had come down from the mountains. It was now deployed in Parakaram.
अच्छा.
So command command hospital, Pune, General Rathore, when you are interviewed before you are discharged,
Okay.
told me you are adamant that you want to go back to your unit. And look, we can't do that. We'll have to attach you with the station headquarters, and they'll post you to a peacetime unit where you are, comfortable and desk job and all that. I said, sir, आपको मोमेंट ऑर्डर पे जो लिखना है लिखो. I am going to my unit.
Oh my God.
For the simple, I said, sir, an officer wanting to join his unit in ops, try disciplinary action against him. Won't happen.
Won't happen, of course.
Yeah. So he said, okay. He took his pen, red pen, cut the attached to station headquarters and wrote discharge to unit.
Okay. तो ये दिस इज 8 months आफ्टर योर एक्सीडेंट है ना सर, अप्रॉक्सीमेटली जुलाई में एक्सीडेंट हुई और फेब में आप
So I got into aircraft, landed in Amritsar. From Amritsar I was picked up and taken to the battalion headquarters near the IB. And during the Parakaram, when things were quiet, the keeping men busy sports started. So there was officers basketball somewhere in August. I played a game of basketball for 45 minutes.
My God.
And
with your artificial limbs, sir?
Yes, I was wearing track pants. So those guys, and I was good at that game. So when the game finished, and we all sat down for that glass of Nibu Pani and all that, so I rolled up my track pants, removed my limb, and asked one of the boys, get me a bucket of water and a mug and a towel, because it was all sweaty. That is when the captain of the opposing team saw that. And he was from a Sikh battalion. Choicest of abuses. He let them have it. You A, B, C, D, so and so's. We have lost to a team with 4.5 of a player. So I started playing then only. Because see, it's a what should I say? You don't want to feel disabled.
Correct, okay. Sir, bilkul.
It's easy to say कि no, I didn't feel. No, you feel.
And with a proud background as yours also.
It has nothing to do with the proud background.
Yeah,
it is just the basic human nature.
Nature, true.
Okay, you don't want to feel disabled.
Bilkul, sir.
So I started playing. Then golf came in between. I used to play good golf. One of my seniors, when I was posted in NCC OTA काम थी, Colonel Ashok. He said, यार तू पहले खेलता था, try क्यों नहीं करता? So I tried, and much to my wife and my daughter's discomfort. 18 holes every day.
Oh.
So when you're playing 18 holes every day, means you are out of the house all the time.
Yeah, they call golf widow,
Golf widows for that reason.
Yes. She went through a lot, I must say. Huh?
Oh yeah, they did. But then they stood with me.
Yeah, that's nice.
Back to smoking. Sikandrabad, NCC cadets. And then one day I thought, let me see if I can run.
ओके नो सर, आपने कहा बास्केटबॉल आपने इससे पहले खेला तो उसमें भी तो रनिंग होती है ना सर? उतनी नहीं होती,
छोटा ग्राउंड है ना.
अच्छा.
एंड सेकंड थिंग इज इफ यू नो द गेम you don't really have to keep running up and down.
सही बात है, एकदम सही कहा सर. It's a very technical thing.
It's a technical game and you are at the right place maneuver. So I went to the gym, got onto a treadmill and started jogging.
ये क्या हैदराबाद में which 2014 में तो आपने क्विट की थी रनिंग उससे?
वही that is the time.
Okay, अच्छा.
So I started running on the treadmill, step by step. I say, okay, I can do it. So I started increasing the amount of time I was running. And then I realized that my tongue is polishing my shoes because
panting.
Panting. So that day I decided it's not going to be like this.
Lungs की capacity कम हो गई है मतलब.
Lung capacity was
because of smoking.
So that day.
Really, sir? And were you a chain smoker before that?
I will not say a chain smoker because chain smokers actually don't smoke.
अच्छा.
It is just a psychological thing. They
holding
need
it
something in their hand. वो जलती रहती है.
अच्छा sir.
And they take maybe 5 or 6 puffs out of that.
How many cigarettes you use?
25 to 30 a day.
So that's quite a lot, sir.
No, that's not quite a lot. That is hell of a lot.
Hell of a lot को एकदम से कैसे आपने बंद किया sir? So that's an
that is the only
sir,
way you
आप
can
तो
stop.
पूरे you are an inspiration personified, sir. You must tell the story. ये कैसे मतलब
But there is no other way. I have heard people, मैंने एक कर दी, दो कर दी, कम कर दी. A cigarette and 30 cigarettes do the same damage to your lung. So I had, but अब नहीं पीना, बस खत्म.
सर अर्ज नहीं हुआ
दोबारा कभी नहीं.
मतलब
और आज की डेट में if I have cigarette smoke around me, I have allergic reaction.
सर यहाँ पर मैं अपने एक छोटे एक इंसिडेंट बताना चाहूँगी. माई फादर वॉज लाइक आई डोंट नो विच वर्ड टू यू बट ही वॉज हेविली इनटू स्मोकिंग. At the 45 years of age, my brother, all of us used to taunt him, and he had a mild stroke. So my elder brother told him he was a colonel in the army, now retired. When he was just about say 11 or 12 years old, he told my father. My father told him, "Go and get me a packet of cigarette." And this is after the stroke, after the attack. Sorry. So my brother told him, "I will go and get it because you told me. Just remember that tomorrow when I smoke, you have no right to check me." पता नहीं क्या हुआ सर, मेरे डैडी को इतना बुरा लग गया. उससे पहले हम लोग ने इतना कुछ बोला उनको, वो एक बात उनको इतना ज़्यादा फील हो गया सर, उसके बाद उन्होंने सिगरेट नहीं उठाया. सो थ्रू दिस पॉडकास्ट मैं उन सबको ये बताना चाहूँगी कि छोड़ना है तो बस छोड़ना है.
एब्सोल्युटली. वो एक पीऊँगा, दो पीऊँगा, कम करूँगा, नहीं होता. आई हैव कम अक्रॉस सो मेनी पीपल, सर मैं वैसे तो नहीं पीता, पर व्हेन आई एम विद फ्रेंड्स एंड आई एम एंजॉयिंग अ ड्रिंक, आई डू स्मोक वंस और ट्वाइस. ओह नो, दैट डजंट वर्क. मैं पीता हूँ, मैं नहीं पीता हूँ, देयर इज नो इन बिटवीन.
सर आप तो बिल्कुल एकदम पूरे You are an inspiration. I am so impressed by you, sir.
Thank you.
तो उसके बाद फिर आपने आपकी like running का journey began, is it? After you quit?
After that, अब फौज में इतने साल भागे. It was not really a challenge. So I decided that I need to challenge myself. I need to do something which is more challenging. So I decided to do triathlons. So triathlons is you swim, you cycle and you run.
Correct.
One after the
पर
other.
उससे पहले मैं थोड़ा जानना चाहूँगी, आपने सिगरेट छोड़ने के कितने दिनों बाद could you run properly? Your lungs were supporting you.
Oh, 6 months to 1 year.
1 year.
Yeah.
1 year.
Correct.
My God. वो जो डैमेज जो
आपने deposited inside, it takes time to go.
आपने कब शुरू किया था स्मोकिंग करना? What age?
वो off and on था.
अच्छा.
College days start and then initially in the army, since I was playing 4-5 games for the battalion, for the first 10 years of service I didn't smoke.
Okay.
But then sitting alone, LC, nothing, snow all over the place, nobody to talk to. That is where most army officers develop these things.
तो मतलब आपने जिस तरह से बताया कि you were not like on and off, you were taking break. Despite that, you required 1 year to gain that lung strength.
Absolutely.
फिर आप
फिर
ट्रायलथन किया. ट्रायलथन कैसे, मतलब
अब ये भी देखना था कि कर सकते हैं कि नहीं कर सकते.
बिल्कुल.
तो हैदराबाद had a Hyderabad triathlon जिसमें they had a segment for children. So for that you had to swim 100 meters, run I think 3 kilometers and cycle 5 kilometers. तो मेरा एक कोर्समेट था दीपक, वो भी उधर ही पोस्टेड था. मैंने उसको कहा चल दीपक चलते हैं. बोला चलते हैं. तो हमने ट्रायथलन की.
Okay.
So I realized yes, I can do this. I have to over a period.
So मैं सर जानना चाहती हूँ, आपने 2 kilometers रन किया सर. So that was with your blade or with the limb?
उस टाइम ब्लेड नहीं था. जो मेरा लिम था वो नॉर्मल लिम था, कार्बन फाइबर का फुट था बस.
अच्छा.
तो उसके साथ दौड़ा था मैं. That was actually a limb which I had got made for golf. Specifically, it had a torque adapter and all those things. It assisted in golf. So I ran with that. And I realized कि हाँ ये हो जाएगा.
Okay.
Started practicing, and thereafter I got posted to Pune. I had been taking up this case for the Army Paralympic node, and some senior officers who understood that what I am trying to do. So I was posted to Pune, And Pune has a big ecosystem of triathlon.
Okay.
Artificial Limb Center. I was the first person in the Indian Army, serving officer, to be given a blade by the Artificial Limb Center.
Okay, sir.
So I was a guinea pig. They tried their hands on. And that is when I started doing proper triathlon. Now,
Okay.
triathlon, people say I did an Ironman. Now, to explain to people who don't really know, triathlon is a sport which has got certain distances. The sprint distance, which is 850 meters of swimming, 5 kilometers of running, and 20 kilometers of cycling. That is the distance for triathlon for persons with disability at the Paralympic level. Next comes the Olympic triathlon. That is exactly double.
Okay.
1.5 kilometer swimming, and you have got 20 kilometers or 40 kilometers of cycling and 10 kilometers of running. That is the Olympic distance.
Okay.
Then is the half and the full.
Acha.
Now, when people say Ironman or 70.3, that is 70.3 miles, they have done half iron or full iron.
Acha.
And Ironman is a brand.
Okay, sir.
Ironman is a brand which conducts triathlons.
Okay. Understood.
And then there is another brand called Toughman. So these
Acha.
two conduct triathlons of the half iron and full iron.
Okay, sir.
A half iron takes about, for an amateur, takes about 6-7 hours to do. And a full iron is 3 kilometers of swimming, 80 kilometers of cycling, and a full 42.5 kilometers of marathon.
My God.
One after the other. It takes 12 hours.
And you have done the...
No, I have not done that. I restricted myself to the sprint triathlons because I am a firm believer of one thing: bite what you can chew.
Absolutely.
There is no need to try and outdo things, enjoy yourself. You already have a situation,
Yeah, absolutely, sir.
and you need to take care of your
Yeah,
body
yeah.
because you still have a life to live.
Absolutely.
Don't overdo things.
Yeah. ब्यूटीफुल लेसन सर ब्यूटीफुल सर फिर आपका ये जो फर्स्टली आई मस्ट ब्रिंग इट आउट सर यू हैव बीन इंस्ट्रूमेंटल इन making helping or requesting army to make that node in Pune, which was it's a huge enabler, it's a huge enabler for differently abled people. I want to ask you one question here, sir. There are people who find it very difficult to adjust, so they don't have that kind of support system or the background. What can society and what can people in the family do to enable them? Sometimes what happens when we see a differently abled person, some emotion comes in us and we try to immediately go to help them. I have seen many of them do not like it.
Yeah.
They do not like it. They say that, hey, I am fine, I can manage. It's like, we are trying to question their ability to manage. And they don't like it. So through this podcast, I want you to sensitize us that how do we handle a differently abled person, both emotionally and physically. Firstly, should we or shouldn't we?
See, to start with, society looks at disability with a colored view.
Okay.
अब इसकी लाइफ में कुछ नहीं है, क्या करेगा ये क्या करेगी, कुछ तो रहा ही नहीं, पैर नहीं है, इससे शादी कौन करेगा. Actually, those are not wrong thoughts.
Correct.
As a lay person, those are normal thoughts, and especially as a parent. Right. So first thing is, it's an etiquette. There is a complete movement which is going on now to educate people about the etiquettes of assisting persons with disability. Now again, sorry, but I have to correct you here.
Yes, sir.
This use of alternate terminology, differently abled, specially abled, this, that, whatever words we have, I'm sorry, you can be politically correct, but it is wrong.
Okay, sir.
I don't want to listen to all this.
Okay, sir.
I have a disability. I am a person who has a disability.
Okay.
So treat me accordingly. Disability is just a medical condition,
Correct.
isn't it?
Yes, sir. Bilkul.
So why do you look at me in a different form? You don't have to pity me. What you have to do is enable me.
Yes.
The society needs to enable persons with disability, not treat them as a liability. There are any number of persons with disability who have excelled in all walks of life. I don't know, you've been in the Air Force, have you heard of, though he's from the Navy, Captain Sondi?
Yes, sir.
Captain Sondi was the Douglas Bader of Indian Forces.
Okay, sir.
He was the first officer with disability to be allowed to retain and continue to fly helicopters.
Okay.
So from flying helicopters to winning Paralympic medals to
My
being
God.
CEOs in companies, in the army commanding regiments, still fighting, persons with disability have done it all.
Yeah. Yeah.
So don't sympathize,
Okay.
empathize, understand my situation and help me in whatever form you can.
Powerful words, sir. Very powerful and
Thank you.
meaningful words, sir. So, what is the thought process behind this Paralympic node which was set up in Pune?
See, apart from nature, the armed forces, specifically the army, is the largest creator of disability. It's a professional hazard, and there's nothing much one can do about that.
Correct.
But then what happens to those officers and men who lose a part of their body or are left with a permanent disability after an injury? What is the thought process in their mind? How do they manage to live their life, the psychology and the impact of it on their psyche? The basic thing is, as a human being, you want to belong. You want to contribute. You want your contribution to be acknowledged.
Absolutely.
And you want to feel useful.
Bilkul. Bilkul.
Now, when it comes to a person with disability, इससे तो कुछ होगा नहीं, तो इसको रहने दो, इसको आराम से बैठने दो, बाहर जाके क्या करोगे? अच्छा, अरे वाह, बहुत बढ़िया काम कर दिया आपने, छोटी छोटी चीज़ को बढ़ा के बोल देना. So the basic thing was, a soldier wants to continue to contribute to the country and the armed forces,
Absolutely.
even after he's become disabled. He wants to belong. He doesn't want to be told कि आप कैंटीन में जाके बिल काटो या फिर आप पीसीओ में बैठो या कुक हाउस में मदद करो. Because until yesterday, he was a bull on the rampage. He was there protecting the country, and you looked upon him as a protector.
Bilkul.
Today, you are looking at him as a weakling, as a liability. He doesn't like that. Now, when the Army Paralympic node was created, and I was scouting for people, the athletes, I used to go to the artificial limb center, to the spinal cord injury center, to the command hospital. The common refrain was, अरे साहब अभी क्या है, पैर तो नकली है साहब, अब तो क्या ही होगा, क्या मजाक कर रहे हो साहब, क्या आप गेम की बात कर रहे हो साहब, मजाक मत करो. So it would take me some time to convince them. And one of the reasons why I myself did a lot of sports was to make them understand, look, I can do it, and I'm one of you. My injury is exactly same as yours.
Bilkul.
And on the lighter side, it stood me in good stead during the training also. You couldn't fool me.
बिल्कुल.
मुझे पता है कितना दर्द हो रहा है.
बिल्कुल. You know it.
So I knew how far he could be pushed and
yeah.
when to tell the coach, okay, back off. That made a lot of difference.
Yes.
Leaving aside the 2 years of COVID, we were formally set up 2018.
Okay.
And the setting up started in 2017.
Okay, sir.
And we are in 2025.
Yes, sir.
We have 3 Paralympians.
Oh.
We have got at least 8 Asian Para Games medals.
Great, sir.
4 or 5 World Military Games medals. And I'm not counting the national medal because they are in hundreds.
Oh,
They are in hundreds.
okay.
Because we had all the wherewithal.
Yeah.
And it was, and the men were already fit. The only thing is they needed the right kind of limb to perform on the battlefield again. So that was the basic thought process with which the Army Paralympic node was started.
Okay.
People who were not so confident of themselves,
Yeah.
who were not spoken about,
Yeah.
who themselves wanted to stay in the shadow and hide,
Yeah.
feeling inadequate.
Inadequate. Yeah.
Today are appearing on podcasts, they are appearing on ramp,
Wow.
they are being toasted by the who's who of the country,
Wow.
apart from the Prime Minister. Every time there is a major event on 15th, the event preceding the Vijay Divas, where the President was there, these para-athletes were presented for the 4th, 5th time to the President of India and everybody.
Great, sir.
That's the difference that made. Not just to the people. Look at the difference it has made to this man.
Yes, sir.
Until yesterday, he didn't want to come out.
True. Absolutely.
Today, he is traveling the world.
Great,
And
sir.
he is there on social media. People are Googling his name.
Wow.
What more?
What more? I'm sure all of them, the army including, is hugely indebted to you that you pushed this concept and finally it fructified, sir, in the form of the note. So that is for the defense people, sir. But what about the civilians, sir? There are so many of them who require hand-holding, who require guidance, who require support. What about for them, sir?
Julie, I got into this sphere of parasports in 2008 and became a student of parasports because for me it was new. When I got injured in 2001, there was no internet, one did not know what it is. I was in peak physical form. I could have possibly with the right training won a Paralympic medal,
Absolutely.
but there was no opportunity.
No opportunity.
So while I was studying about it and the Paralympic node was at the back of the mind and you needed to be taken seriously, you need to have the knowledge.
Yeah.
I understood one aspect of it when it came to people outside the armed forces. The requirement of funding.
Okay.
Disability in India, maybe all over the world actually, but more so in our country, is in families which do not really have a strong financial background. People get injured in road accidents. Road accidents basically two-wheelers because it is not so affluent people who are on two-wheelers.
Yes, sir.
And they are the ones who are running pillar to post for everything. Their exposure on the roads is much more. Then congenital disability. Congenital disability comes from the mother not getting adequate nutrition and so many other factors, of course.
Okay, sir.
So I saw these children struggling at the national level, somehow reaching the stage, trying to perform, not being able to realize their true potential. So this was a thought which had germinated in my mind somewhere in 2018-19.
Okay.
That as and when I retire, I'm going to do something wherein I can help these people. I retired on 31st October 2023
Okay.
and started doing, now being a Fauji, you have no idea how businesses and how these things work.
Absolutely. Yeah.
You have no financial knowledge, concept ही नहीं होता.
बिल्कुल.
एक एनुअल स्टॉक टेकिंग बोर्ड के अलावा आपको कुछ नहीं
आपको
पता.
कुछ नहीं पता. सही बात कर रहे हो आप. सही कह रहे हो सर.
So I got into researching how a company is opened, what is a Section 8 company, what is a society, and what is a trust, and what are the legalities involving them.
Okay.
Talking to chartered accountants and company secretaries. So it took me some time to make up my mind what exactly I want to do. And on 2025, 21st March,
Okay,
as
sir.
early as this,
Yes.
I finally registered my foundation, the
Okay.
Person First Foundation.
Okay.
The basic idea, it's a Section 8 company. It's through the Person First Foundation, my aim is to select and assist persons with disability at the grassroots level to find their way to negotiate the alleys of parasports. At the elite level, Go Sports, Olympic Gold Quest, a lot of other organizations are there which are taking care of these athletes. But that is when they have already won a medal.
Correct.
Or their potential is being seen.
Yes.
But how does this person reach that level?
Absolutely.
As on today, because I don't really have too much of funding, a lot of it is my own pension funds and donations from my course mates, my friends, family. So I have taken on 3 athletes and started with a female athlete.
Okay.
And 2 more young boys are there. One of them happens to be from the Army Paralympic node, but because his disability was not the kinds which could retain him in the army, so after 4 years he was discharged from service.
Okay.
So and we kept in touch.
Okay.
So I spoke with him a few weeks back, and he told me, I am training, I am practicing, but I am facing problem of funds. So he is one person. I am chair Para-Rowing Federation of India.
Okay, sir.
And also a member of the World Rowing Federation Para-Rowing Commission. So the initial thought was that my job is to develop para-rowing in India.
Okay, sir.
But then I realized why restrict it to para-rowing. Not every individual with disability I meet may be fit for rowing.
Correct.
To start with, first thing is requirement of swimming. You need to be a swimmer to be a rower,
Yeah.
to be a para-rower.
Okay.
That's a requirement of world rowing safety. And if you can't swim, then my heart doesn't allow me to tell him, sorry, you are not fit. But then that person is fit for some other
Something
sport.
else is.
They can play something else.
Absolutely.
So what I do is, I check them, I see them whether they are fit for rowing.
Okay.
If they are not fit for rowing for various reasons, maybe extreme disability and others, then I advise them which particular sport they can go into. Parasports at one time were not heard of. Today in India, it's a very fast growing field.
Okay.
Rio, I think we had 2 or 3 medals. In Paris, we had 29.
Wow. Amazing.
In the World Championship, Para Athletics World Championship, which concluded in Delhi a couple of months back, the para athletes, we are talking only about athletics.
Athletics.
127 medals.
Wow, sir. Amazing.
We have got 3 world champions and world record holders in javelin itself.
Javelin.
You see, para sports have got various categories and classes. So it gives an opportunity for a wide number of persons with various disabilities to compete with people who have similar, if not same, capabilities. So it keeps the field balanced.
Level playing.
Level playing field. There is a concept of classification in parasports.
Okay.
And each parasport has its own classification system. They have their own classes. Athletics has got 18 classes, rowing has got 3. Research is on, maybe we can expand it. Swimming has got 19 classes. So, depending on the disability, the athlete I guide them, I explain to them what are the requirements and what does an athlete require
Yes.
to perform at a top level.
Equipment, infrastructure, motivation.
No,
Okay. None of this, sir?
all of this
Yeah, okay.
and much more.
Okay.
There is nutrition.
Yeah.
Nobody thinks about that.
Yes, yes.
उसको कोच दे दिया, उसको एक शॉर्टकट दे दिया
हाँ,
या उसको
वही,
कुछ
वही,
दे दिया, बोला
हाँ।
अब कर.
ऐसा ही
ट्रैक भी है. No. Elite level athletes need
nutrition.
what 120, 130 grams of protein every day
बिल्कुल.
and a varied diet. So, and in India we have a lot of people who are vegetarians
Yes.
who are not
Getting enough protein
Not getting
through
enough
their normal
proteins.
diet.
yeah, and not for sports.
Yeah.
So they need various types of supplements. They require whey protein. Then there is a requirement of sports science. in today's world, you may be any good.
Okay, sir.
You're not going to succeed unless you have the right kind of scientific support. Your for example, throwers or runners, you have to be analyzed. Small mistakes have to be ironed out, because that is what sets the world champion apart from the rest.
Absolutely, sir.
Everybody at the Paralympic elite level has the same capability. It's only that, वो बोलते हैं 19-20.
बिल्कुल.
Medals are won and lost by the hair's breadth.
बिल्कुल.
So वहाँ तक लाने के लिए, apart from the basics, infrastructure, coach, etc., आपको nutritionist चाहिए, आपको sports science support चाहिए, आपको psychologist चाहिए. Now here is a person who is, as it is, struggling with his psychology,
Yeah.
trying to,
Negotiate.
understand and negotiate the whole scenario mentally.
बिल्कुल.
And then he has to withstand the elite competition pressure. So they need a sports psychologist. A lot of people feel, काम क्या फर्क पड़ता है?
Superfluous. ऐसे ही सोचते हैं, हमारी thinking है नहीं. They are required.
Without, in today's world, sports world, without the team, it is no longer about that one person.
1%.
एक एथलीट के पीछे 10 आदमी होते हैं, तब जाके वो मेडलिस्ट बनता है.
बिल्कुल.
And one of the very important, though the smallest job, is that of the masseur. अरे क्या करना है यार, मसाज ही तो करनी है, सिर्फ मसाज ही तो करनी है, तेल ही तो मलना है उसके बॉडी पे ना. That's not what it is. That masseur has to be technically qualified. He has to know which muscle to manipulate. If the athlete tells him hamstring pull हो गया तो कहाँ रिलीज करना है, क्या करना है. It is not that simple.
बिल्कुल.
So even बिल्कुल, you have female athletes, so you have to have a masseuse also.
बिल्कुल.
And in between events, the athlete requires resuscitation. Everybody else is there, but they can do nothing about it.
Yeah.
Only this one man, the masseur,
Yeah.
between the events.
So it requires specialist for
Specialists.
it. Yeah. It's not generalist.
It's not generalists. Everything is now a specialized field.
Yes. And this can't be done without funding, sir. And you're doing a human service, sir. You are, empowering people who are like, they think that they are not worthy.
Julie,
You're empowering them.
That is why, with my foundation, Person First Foundation. Firstly, Person First is one word. It is not a
Split. It's
typing
not,
error. It is
it's
one
word.
And below that is a slogan: Foundation of the Empowered.
Wow.
Why? That I believe the very fact a person has come out of the shadows of society, has removed the cobwebs from their mind, taken the courage and taken that step to step out and do something with their life, they are already empowered.
Good.
All they require is support after that.
Yeah, absolutely. So, sir, your foundation, where is it? Where is its office? Like these 3 people who you have onboarded and you are facilitating them. Where is the infrastructure now, if at all you have? Can you just tell us this so that those who want to fund you, I'm sure there would be, they can understand what is it? Is it in the nascent stage or little above that, so that accordingly they can pitch, and if they want to contact you, etc.
See, as on today, we are in nascent stages.
Okay.
And I don't really have an office,
Okay,
because
sir.
my foundation is registered at my home.
Okay.
Most of my work and the contact is online,
Okay, sir.
by word of mouth. I've been in the sphere for a while. The athletes know me. In the civilian street, they know me. So by word of mouth, if they find somebody new, the senior athletes, they find somebody new, they give me a call, or they ask me, sir, can we give you a number and all that. So people connect like that.
Okay, sir.
The second thing is social media. It is a devil, but then it is also a boon.
Of course.
So there are a lot of people I have contacted through the Instagram. Because I am in this field, the algorithm works accordingly.
Yeah.
So I keep getting these posts and reels with athletes with disability, and a lot of them are not from India, but then there are a lot of them from India.
India.
Then there are young persons with disability who don't know that parasports exists and they don't know that they can indulge in it. They are making reels, they are for various things and eking out a living out of it. Just reels.
Yeah.
So I reach out to them. I explain to them.
Okay.
Look, this is what you're doing is great.
Yeah.
You have got 10,000 followers, it will increase, very nice. You are monetizing it, fantastic. But what about doing something more with your life?
Yeah.
Something more tangible. Something which will leave an imprint.
Absolutely.
We do remember film actors.
Yeah.
We go into the background, Google a film and watch it.
Yes.
Murlikant Petkar. He was the first Paralympic medalist of this country. Nobody knew about him for 25, 30, 40 years in fact. It is only in the past 6 years that he is being felicitated, he is being brought on to the forefront.
Given what his
due is.
Yes.
Milkha Singh. All these people, why do we remember them? Because they have left an imprint.
Yes, sir.
So I try to, and then the challenge is, talking to the person, making them understand.
Yeah.
The larger challenge comes the parents. उनको समझाना थोड़ा मुश्किल हो जाता है, आसान नहीं है. Especially when it comes to young ladies. Parents don't want to expose their child.
Yeah.
They are well-meaning.
Yep,
because they know the child can get emotionally hurt. A lot of people make a lot of comments. So parents are well-meaning. It's not that they... But then it takes time to convince them.
Yes, sir.
So, okay, that's fine.
What do you want the people who are watching us, the audience, how do you think they can facilitate, help you?
There is a policy in India
Okay, sir.
that for taking the corporate social responsibility funds, you need to register with the ministry for a form called CSR1. You cannot register for that form until you have submitted 3 years of audit reports. I have contacted a lot of companies, large companies,
Okay,
multinationals. They are very happy. They say, yeah, we will support you.
Okay.
But after 3 years.
Oh.
Because till then, their audit requirement is the Form 1.
Okay.
They can't help it.
They can't help it.
They are willing to do it, but they can't help it. So, what I require right now is pure philanthropy from large-hearted people.
Yeah.
I am sure there are any number in this
Yes,
country.
certainly.
I require them to come forward to fund the foundation. They are funding the foundation and funding and empowering the persons with disability.
Okay.
This is a non-profit foundation. Nothing out of this goes to me or my daughter who is the second director. Nothing. And also there are companies, there are large business houses who have their own foundations separately. Apart from CSR, they have got philanthropic foundations also. So I am in the process of setting up my website. Few nitty-gritties are to be ironed out. So they can look at the Person First Foundation. We will have our bank details and our QR code. And they can help us with the funds.
Sure, sir. I will put your QR code here. And
Thank you.
And I would request everyone who's watching us to support you, so that there's such a noble intention, which is, after going through whatever you've gone, it is easy to just, you've been equipped. It's easy to just sit back and enjoy. But you have decided to give it to this, to participate in social construct by doing what you're doing. And this is a very, very noble endeavor of yours, sir. And I urge everyone who's watching us to spread this word and spread it to whoever you think can, facilitate in your endeavors, sir. And I'm sure there are very many people, sir. I'm very sure they just require to know you.
Yeah,
they
sure.
just require to know that there is a person who's trying to facilitate this. And once they know, and I would like to even put your contact number, if you allow.
Yes, of course.
And your email ID, so that in the link I'll put it, and also on the screen I'll flash it for some time, so that those who want to contact you can contact you.
That would be great.
And since you are such an inspiring and motivating person, sir, I will not leave you without you giving a message to youngsters, both boys and girls, and to that whether they are disabled or enabled, irrespective, to everyone who would be struggling. Sir, nowadays the children have different type of struggles, sir. Even not just the youth, others too. There is relationship breakdown. That is the biggest concern, because of which they take recourse to all these addictive things. I would want you to address them, and I would want you to tell them how they can align themselves to purpose. So if you could share those words with our viewers, sir. And the parents also, both very important, because the parents and the people around them also help. So I would want you to address them and their parents.
To start with, I would like to inform you also, and through you, everybody. As on today, the foundation is working with a production house,
Okay, sir.
Voices Media Initiative of Mr. Rajarshi Roy. He is an experienced documentary maker. We are trying to bring out a 12-13 episode documentary on officers and soldiers with disability who have achieved something in the field of parasports. You have archers, you have athletes, you have swimmers, and a lot of people have asked me, sir, your motivation, how is that you remain motivated? You are everybody keeps saying you are an inspiring figure. Just imagine what those people are like who inspire me, from whom I
take
my
inspiration. Yeah.
Just imagine what they are. So, and again, as of now, we are trying to garner the funding required for bringing this out. This is a social message documentary. The basic idea of this documentary is to give the public real life heroes, people with disability with whom others can directly relate. It is not about somebody enacting the role. The individual, the protagonist himself is there in the documentary. It is all about them.
Okay.
So this is the first part, bringing out the stories of people so that others can see, take inspiration from, learn from their journeys. People coming from very humble backgrounds, villages, and today they are on the pinnacle of their sport. Then is the message. I would not like to be a messenger.
Okay.
I don't want to say, listen to me what I am.
You don't want to sound preachy.
Yeah, I don't want to be a WhatsApp uncle.
Okay.
To be honest.
Okay.
Yeah, no. That is what it comes across as.
Yes.
When you become, ऐसे कर लो, वैसे कर लो. Today's youth is, when I compare them with myself, they are way, way more intelligent, way sharper. Their horizon is very broad,
Yes.
very wide. Only thing is channelizing. How do you channelize that?
Yeah.
The energy, the knowledge. Internet has so much to offer. It depends entirely on the individual, where they focus. The whole day you can be watching reels.
Yes.
But then the whole day you can also be looking at a podcast like this or so many others which interest you, which give you knowledge.
Correct.
knowledge and info about experiences of other people, which today you haven't faced, but you're most likely to face them tomorrow.
Absolutely.
You would be better prepared
Yeah.
if you listen to all this, if you look at the lives of other people, understand the situations, the difficulties. As they say, it is better to learn from somebody else's mistake
Yes.
than make your own.
Yes.
It need not be a mistake. You learn from successful people also.
Absolutely.
Okay. Yeah, of course, successful people have also made mistakes.
Yes.
But then they have done some very right things which
Yeah.
have propelled them to the heights they are at.
True.
Focus. Don't look for instant gratification.
Yes. Very
It is important. Gratification is important.
Yes.
That dopamine hit is important.
Important.
But it should not be a 10-second, 20-second reel which is giving you that dopamine hit.
Correct.
It should be something which gives you a lasting high. Something intellectual which gives you a lasting high. That is what I would like the youngsters to do.
Yeah.
So far as parents are concerned, see, it's a minefield. It is very. I have a daughter of my own, and who's from the present generation. Understanding them is not easy.
Yeah.
And our generation, what they call boomers these days, the youngsters call us that. There has been a vast transition and a very quick transition.
Yes.
So we are neither with our parents nor with our children.
True.
It is incumbent upon us
Yeah.
to understand where the children have reached.
Yeah.
It is for us to keep taking that step forward and understanding their psychology. हमने तो ऐसा किया था, तुम क्यों नहीं कर रहे हो?
नहीं चलेगा.
मेरे ज़माने में इंटरनेट था ही नहीं.
Correct, sir.
The only form of entertainment was sports. You
Absolutely.
played and played, you climbed trees, you cycled. Today, you don't have to step out of your house. To get the same experience, you just put a, what is that, the...
Yeah, it's a VR.
Yeah,
VR set.
VR
headset.
glasses, and you psychologically and physically, mentally, you are there.
Yes, sir.
But then it doesn't give your body what
Yes.
advantage and benefits it will give you. So parents need to understand. We need to take that step forward and understand the children. And instead of telling them what to do,
Yeah.
you
Be
can't
an
tell them
example.
what to do. Students asked me, sir, I want to do this. How do I do this? How do I, know what profession should I choose? So firstly, it is not the parent's job to choose the profession for the child.
Very good. Well
Now,
said, sir.
I want to do something in life which my parents want me to do something else in life. So I would always say, have an argument, a valid argument. Convince your parents. What you want to do, do. My daughter is a science student. She studied science till 12th class and didn't want to be an engineer or a doctor. She wanted to be a lawyer. So she sat us down and she convinced us why she wants to be a lawyer. So similarly, as a parent, if I want you to become a doctor, I need to convince you.
Absolutely.
So either the child convinces the parent and then goes on to do what they want to do, or the parent convinces the child.
Yeah.
You forcing, or even there are children who, for the happiness of the parents, will get into it
Yeah.
and then not be very happy as professionals,
True.
not be able to realize their true profession, their own calling and their potential,
Absolutely.
because they stepped into the wrong profession.
Wrong profession.
It is, and I'm sure as a parent, you would not like to see your child at some point in time, यार इसकी बात मान लेते तो.
सही बात है. वो regret में नहीं जीना. Yeah. Yeah. That's what.
Neither should you live in regret, nor should your child live in regret. अगर मैं उस समय इनकी बात नहीं मानता
सही बात.
या मैं ज़्यादा forceful होता. So it's a two-way street.
Yes, sir.
Both of us have to walk the distance.
Yeah, halfway.
No, parents have to walk 60%.
Okay, little longer.
We have to walk more
Okay, sir. Correct.
because we need to understand the generation.
Yeah. Yeah. Very, very powerful, sir, words, very inspiring words, sir. I felt so good and enthused,
Thank
after
you.
a long time talking to a person who was so vibrant, despite all odds. I know you don't want me to say this, but just can't help but say it, sir. Thanks for coming on my podcast, sir. Thanks for telling your such inspiring, compelling stories. I just hope all those who hear, they are motivated and they are convinced to fund your foundation and help all those who are in need of help. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you so much.
And all the best to you and to your endeavor.